Hey guys, and welcome to another video. In this Stardew Valley video, I'll show you guys the top 5 hardest things to do in Stardew Valley. This definitely can be an opinion for what's actually the most difficult things to do in Stardew Valley, but I definitely believe that these 5 things that I put on this list we can all agree are pretty difficult to do. I first want to start off by saying I have 100% of the game and done just about everything in this game, so I have the experience to understand what I believe is the most difficult. I want to mention the reason I didn't add some of the more obvious, challenging things to do in this game, for example, completing the museum. It's definitely difficult, but it's all about the same thing, just looking for artifact spots and hoping that you get the artifact you need. Before we get into the video, make sure if you enjoyed this video or learned something new, maybe leave a like and a comment, and if you really enjoyed, subscribe for more. For the 5th most difficult thing in Stardew Valley to complete is the community center. Now, I know before you go off and say that's very easy, but I want to clarify, it's completing the community center in year 1, which is definitely possible. Now I know this isn't the most difficult thing for a very experienced player, but it still has to do with luck and being very organized. The reason this is so difficult is because you need a red cabbage for the community center. And the only way to get one of these before year 2 is in the traveling market. So you basically have to remember to check this all the time, or you might be too late to get the red cabbage before year 1. You also gotta make sure that you spend your gold right and organize all your items and the days very well. It's definitely a challenge to do the community center before year 2, and I've done it once, but it's definitely a difficult challenge unless you've played this game for a very long time. And for the 4th hardest thing to do, it's something you may not have even done before or seen before. This is a memorizing game, and unless you got a photographic memory, good luck. This game gets so irritating so quickly, and to be able to even get to this challenge, you need to do so much to be able to even get here. And the worst part is you have to do this if you want 100% the game. So to even be able to get to this challenge, you have to complete the community center, repair Willie's boat, and get to the new island. The new island came out in the newest update. Well, technically it's not the newest update anymore, but the newest update that actually added content. And like I said, you have to complete this to 100% the game. And maybe you're thinking, well, why would I need to do this dumb game? Well, you need to do it if you want to unlock the golden walnut room for special rare items and to be able to even 100% the game like I said earlier. The only way I was able to beat this thing was recording it. I'd record it and go back and make sure that I got it right. I definitely tried it for about 20 minutes without recording, but it just goes so quick and I can't remember it all and it gets just too difficult for me. Once you beat the game, you get some golden walnuts, which you need those to be able to 100% the game. That's the items I was talking about. And you're on your merry way. But it is very difficult to do this without recording it. And if you can do it without recording it and you can remember, props to you. Now the 3rd hardest thing to do in the game, in my opinion, is obtaining the Infinity Blade, which is the best sword in the game and is even better than the Galaxy Sword. It's even more difficult to fully upgrade the Infinity Blade. Now my reason that I think it's the 3rd hardest thing to do is because you have to do so much to be able to get this sword, and to fully upgrade it you need to do even more. To fully upgrade it you need prismatic shards and minerals and also tons of these charged things. They're like galaxy star things. I don't really know. To actually get the sword, you need to get the normal galaxy sword by going to the desert with 1 prismatic shard, which is already difficult to begin with because you need to unlock the desert and get a prismatic shard, which definitely isn't too difficult in late game, but you're probably not going to get a prismatic shard until like year 2, year 3, maybe even year 4 if you're not very experienced. So once you go to the desert and you go between these 3 totems, you'll be able to get the galaxy sword, which the galaxy sword alone is a very good sword, but it is not the best. After you get the galaxy sword, to be able to get the Infinity Blade, the next thing you need to do is to complete the whole community center. So not only do you need to get the desert unlocked, you have to complete the whole community center afterwards to be able to get the Infinity Blade. Once you complete the community center, a few days after you complete it, Willie will send you a message in the mail. Once he sends you a message in the mail, it'll allow you to be able to go talk to him. He'll talk to you about repairing his boat. Once you repair his boat, you can go to the new Ginger Island. Now that you're on Ginger Island, here's the next thing you need to do. Now the most annoying thing that I think I had to deal with, because I kept having to run around finding these things, is getting 100 of these annoying golden walnuts. The reason you need 100 golden walnuts is because you need 100 of them to be able to get into the golden walnut room. The reason you need to get into the golden walnut room is so you can do these quests right here. Once you do these quests, you'll get this new currency. And with that new currency, you can buy those star shard things that I was talking about. So you can buy 3 of those to be able to upgrade the galaxy sword. But you're not even done yet. You still need to get through the whole lava caves. Now, the lava caves aren't very difficult, especially for someone who does a lot of PvP games, but for someone who doesn't really like the mines, this can be a little challenging. Once you get through all of the levels in the lava cave, you'll be able to get to the forge. Once you get to the forge, you need the 3 galaxy shard things that you got from the walnut room from those quests. And then you take 3 of these and you turn the galaxy sword into the infinity blade. You also need to go to the mines and grind to get these red shards to be able to turn it into the infinity blade and upgrade it as well. Now, if you're still not satisfied and you want even a better sword, you gotta upgrade the infinity blade. To fully upgrade the infinity blade, there's 2 ways of doing it. Using a prismatic shard gives a special effect. Here's a list of the ones that you can get. It's completely random what you get, and you basically have to keep re-rolling the sword with prismatic shards until you get the one that you want. You have to also have these red shards with the prismatic shards because it costs those red shards to be able to use it as well. After that, you can put specific minerals in here to increase some sort of stat, like speed or damage, for example. Which for the Infinity Blade, I would recommend just upgrading its damage because the speed is so high already. If you upgrade the speed more, it's barely even noticeable. And upgrading your damage will make it max. Here's a list of all the things you can upgrade with the minerals as well. So once you went through all of that, you finally have the strongest sword in the game, and it's definitely one of the harder items to obtain. For the second hardest thing to do in the game, you probably already guessed it, but it's beat Journey of the Prairie King. And not just beat it, but beat it without dying. The Fector Challenge. Now, if you don't know what Journey of the Prairie King is, it's basically an arcade game at the pub in Stardew Valley, and it's a game inside of a game. But this game is extremely difficult. It takes a lot of hand-eye coordination, and it's not very easy. And even if you do manage to beat the game normally, they expect you to go back and do it again, but without dying. This challenge is no walk in the park at all. But if you do manage to beat the game normally, you unlock an arcade machine and you can put it in your house and you can actually play it at home. Personally, I've beaten this game without dying twice on 2 separate accounts. It definitely was very challenging and took me a long time. I did it once for 100% and the other for my 1,000 subscriber special, which I will put both of those videos in the description below if you guys want to go check them out. It's the most difficult achievement I've ever gotten on Xbox. And finally, the hardest thing to do in this game is 100%ing the game. 100%ing the game includes doing all the actual achievements or trophies in the game, unless you only consider 100%ing the game through the tracker, because basically in the Golden Walnut Room, there's a 100% tracker. But if you want to completely 100% the game from the achievement standpoint, it's a lot more difficult. The reason this is so difficult is because you literally have to do everything if you want to 100% the game through achievements. You have to finish the museum, get all the golden walnuts, catch every fish. You have to beat Journey of the Prairie King without dying, which is, like I said, the second hardest thing to do in the game. It's one of the achievements, so you have to beat it without dying as well. Get all the star drops. Buy the golden clock, which costs 10 million gold. You also need to get max hearts with every villager. You need to craft every recipe, cook every item, kill a list of tons of monsters. For example, kill 1,000 slimes. You have to ship one of every item. I don't know if I'm forgetting something, but this is not easy at all, and it took me till year 12 in-game to do this. It was a grind, but it was so much fun. You do get some rewards for 100%ing the game. I would definitely skip this part if you don't want to get spoiled if you're going for 100%, but if you don't mind, I will let you know what you get for 100%ing the game. You get an amazing cute cutscene, which I also uploaded on my channel. You're able to buy golden chickens. You can get the creator's mask. It's an actual mask that looks like his avatar, and you can actually put it on. And there's some other minor things that I could be forgetting. There are definitely tons and tons of other difficult things in this game, but for me, these are some of the most difficult in my opinion. If there's something you find more difficult in Stardew Valley or challenging, make sure you leave a comment down below, and maybe I just didn't think about it and I forgot to put it in this video. Thank you guys for watching the video and for getting to the end of the video. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.